Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome to another edition of Horrific Venoms Alphabet of Doom. This is the weekly collaboration I do with my very good friend Eric, Last Venom 76, soon to be changing his name. We are actually on letter V right now. This is where we run through the alphabet. He does part 1, which is a martial arts masterpiece, and I take care of part 2, which is a horror recommendation. V. Well, only one movie popped into my mind, and that is Venom. No, not the Venom that Marvel kind of screwed up a little bit, but Venom from 1981. It runs 92 minutes and is directed by Piers Haggard. Now, he did The Quartermass Conclusion and The Fiendish Plot of Fu Manchu. Now, of course, this stars Klaus Kinski as Jacmel. He passed away on November 23rd, 1991, at the age of 65. He was in Creature, which I actually happen to like that film, and it would be really nice if we could get like a really nice Blu-ray of it, and not the public domain crap that they've been putting out. Sorry, just a little rant. He was also in the remake of Nosferatu, which I thought was brilliant. And Crawlspace. I'll talk a little bit about Crawlspace later. This also stars Oliver Reed as Dave. He passed away on May the 2nd, 1999, at the age of 61. Now, he was in The Brood, of course, Cronenberg. Love me some Cronenberg. Gladiator, and another great haunted house movie called Burnt Offerings. This has Nicole Williamson as Commander William Bullock. He was in Spawn and Excalibur. Unfortunately, he also passed away on December 16th, 1991, at the age of 75. A lot of people we lost from this movie. And finally, Susan George as Louise Andrews. She was in the Straw Dogs remake, Enter the Ninja, and The House Where Evil Dwells. Now, some interesting things about the film. This movie grossed $5,229,643 at the box office, approximately. Also, Tobe Hooper was actually directing this film, and for some reason, he was either let go or he quit. And Piers Haggard actually replaced him because he was out of work at the time. Now, this is where I'm going to talk a little bit about Crawlspace before I get to the next interesting thing about the film. Crawlspace, if you haven't seen it, is about a Nazi who runs an apartment building and spies and tortures his tenants. It's a really good movie, but probably the best thing on there is the documentary about the director of Crawlspace and his experience working with Klaus Kinski. It's worth it right there. If you don't like the movie, I would buy it just for the documentary. It's just fantastic. Apparently, he was legendarily hard to work with, and yeah. So, now the other interesting thing, which kind of leads me to talk about Crawlspace a little bit. Apparently, Klaus Kinski took the role in Venom over the role in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Because Venom paid more, which is understanding, but then he quoted in his book, he called the screenplay for Raiders moronically shitty. And I quote. Yeah, good old Klaus. I love his movies. He just didn't seem like he was much fun to work with. So, another interesting thing about the film is they actually worked with real black mambas, which I thought was interesting. Now, the story in this movie is one I've always liked. This I saw in the mid 80s on television when I was a kid, teenager, somewhere in there. And actually haven't watched it in years. I probably watched it in the late 90s and then just now. This is a fun movie. It's about a group of... It's like a terrorist. Klaus Kinski plays a terrorist who takes a family hostage. And the kid in the family absolutely loves animals. Well, he ordered I think it was a regular corn snake or a black snake. And the pet store messed up and sent him the black mamba by mistake. The black mamba gets loose, biting Susan George, and gets in the ventilation system in the house. And it's kind of the thugs holding off the police while trying to figure out where the black mamba is in the house. The movie's a lot of fun. It's very suspenseful. It's not the best movie in the world, granted. But I think the performances from Klaus Kinski and Oliver Reed really do this movie justice. And that's why it's my recommendation for this week. So definitely check this one out if you haven't. If you're scared of snakes, if you like animals run amok, this is a pretty good movie. I really do enjoy it. And don't forget to check out Eric, Last Venom 76, for part 1 of Horrific Venom's Alphabet of Doom. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.